Hey everybody, just getting set up over here. Might change the guitar pedals around in a little bit, but I was kind of working on a track over here and thought I'd break out the this little crazy instrument. Got it routed up through here into Habit, Dark World, and Generation Loss. Gives it a lot more character. And then we've got a few bus effects going on. So kinds of fun and exciting stuff. Let's start with I don't know, I was just working on this as a track. So I'll explain it and I'll play it and kind of explain it. But with this pretty beefy bass line, I'm actually turning the volume down because it's taken up quite a bit of the sound space I can see already for available audio. And all this is actually is just a it's not that one. That was recording off of this. So let's turn external source off first. Yeah, there we go. It's just this bass note. If I turn bus effects off, I thought it was that one. Oh, okay. So sorry, just getting my brain back together because I haven't played with this since this morning and was trying to remember everything I had set up. So if we go Shift, EFX settings, we've got bus 1 into bus 2, and bus 1 is Zanzu. So the idea was to just kind of play something and have some delay effects going on. And then I was like, you know what? I kind of want something for the kick too. Or no, for the synth sound. Kick and snare are just clean. And I went with hats going through this through Zanzu and then through after that into Kodama. So you kind of get like this, just for one hit, you get like this rolling and panning delay, which seemed kind of fun. So, and then for the synth sound, it just pans instead of going through like the double delays. And then it made like this little bit of like a glitchy pad kind of sound. Anyway, if we go back to patterns, so as I said, started with the bass and started adding drums. So again, the drums aren't going through that effect. Then you can hear hats are. This is where, I don't know, kind of a weird little arp or melody sound. And if I go through, again, like it's just with that Kodama kind of doing all the panning sounds and stuff. Otherwise, it's kind of a simple effect. But you can hear how it gets additive. And then I just started working on like some, I don't know, like drop kind of things where it's like drop out like the bass and you can hear it just kind of keeps swelling through. It's getting carried over because of the multiple delays. And then I think this one brings the bass in and drops out. Or no, I guess it doesn't have the bass at all. Maybe I was just starting to work on that one. I'm just trying to, I think 6 and 7 must be exactly the same. So there's not a whole lot going on for the bass. If I go into, if I hit rec, we'll just do the bass. If I hit remain to go into TR-Rec, sub-pad and pad 5, you can see it's just 179 and then 179 again. The only difference is I'm playing 9 over here with a chromatic pitch shift, which if we go into, oops, let's keep that, nope, let's keep it playing. So, what was it? Enter, pad 5, just to select it. We go into shift and chromatic. You'll see just went up by +3. So just hitting the root note 5 and then 8 on that second bar. Nothing too exciting, but it's a simple pattern, but just with a delay ends up making it a little bit more complicated or interesting. A little bit driving. I had been playing around with filter and drive and like scatter and some other things, and I was just like, you know what? Let's use some of these other effects that I don't usually use, and that's where I kind of ended up. So, with all that, why is all this stuff here? I was just thinking it might be fun to play out like some notes or something. Oh, gotta turn ext source back on. So, you know, kind of get some of these things going. And you'll see, like, with the guitar pedals, it really changes the sound. And I thought this might be some interesting stuff to do, just for like a couple like hits that you can drop in. So, like kind of playing stuff would maybe sound something. Let's start with. We'll do this. So here's something here, kind of simple, no bass. So, wait, I gotta get out of record here. This was, I was messing around with scatter and reverb. So just so you can hear it, turn it back up because I think it's lower. It's not normalized. This one here is scatter and then reverb after it. So it's getting kind of a, the reverb's kind of keeping it like a level effect where it kind of, that you don't get like those hard chops on it. This one, I was just playing around to see what how much difference it would sound going into the reverb first, and then all I was doing is just this, I think. Maybe some different guitar pedal settings, I don't remember. But again, so it was the same sound, but with it going reverb and then scatter, and you'll hear it sounds a little bit different. Because like, so you end up like this reverb sound, but the reverb sounds kind of gated, chopped up, and distorted. I don't know. Yo, the dude, what's up? What is this thing? It is a, I got it off of Etsy. I just did a search for weird instruments. It's got a mic inside the guitar pedal case here, and the person that built this put all kinds of bolts, metal, and other stuff onto it. I forget off the top of my head what the name of the guy was that did it. I got a different one of the last live videos that I was just recording some ambient sounds with this similar setup, but I had mood and reverse mode C for delay. Yeah, I'll see if I can go find it real quick. I can't have that many orders. I think I got like 2 orders from Etsy. The last thing I just ordered was a OPZ volume knob because mine broke. Just got the shipping notification on that. This one, oh, that's not it. It is it. So it's a contact mic, and it's called Noisebox Contact Mic Experimental Instrument. So it's just got a contact mic that's just picking up all these metal reverberations. Let me see if I can actually get I can post it in the chat. Yeah, here we go. I think this is the person's site. I had linked it and I forgot to put it in the description when I started the broadcast here, but I can get it for you. Where did OBS go? There we go. Enter message. So hopefully that whole crazy URL will work for you. The guy's got tape loops and a bunch of other stuff. He's been, I don't know how long he's been making these things, but it's pretty cool. I was thinking I was telling my dad might see if he wants to make something goofy with me. He's got a whole wood shop and is looking for something to do with wood. I don't know that it will have quite the same sound and a character and effect as a bunch of metal stuff, but yeah, this thing's pretty fun. Especially get going like with Habit. So you get like the delay, reverse, reverb, and then we're still going through the Zanzu and Kodama here. So we got all kinds of effects going to record stuff. So this doesn't make a reverb sound itself. So let me turn everything off here. I'll show you. So let's get MFX off there. So like this spring, like that's just what it sounds like. It's just, all it's doing is it's taking a contact microphone that's attached to this guitar pedal case or metal case. I don't even know, it might not be a guitar pedal case. But when you hit the spring, that's the sound you get. Or you know, if I put this mallet here, just kind of rub it, you get like a little bit of a sound. But with these types of things, pretty fun to start running it through like delays and reverbs and other effects, because you'll start getting like these crazy sounds. Pretty physical, because like it's going to depend on like any other instrument. Like you can barely, like this one, you can barely hear it, but like any instrument, depending on what you do with it, how you either pluck it or hit it or do other stuff with it, it's going to have a different sound. I am not a guitar player at all. I'll get one out once in a while to try something out and do something weird with it, but this thing totally hits all the weird buttons for me. But like, even, I mean, like by itself, sounds pretty cool. But start throwing like Habit. Well, that's probably a little too loud. And you can hear like it's just chewing through that delay buffer and doing weird stuff with it. Yeah, it's just like a weird experimental sound generator. And again, you like throw a reverb on it and it will really go. And hey, everybody else joining. Nice to see you guys around. If there's anything you want me to mess around with, let me know. Happy to try and either go over, answer questions or anything. But otherwise, as I said, I was just kind of trying to go through and record some stuff and see how it might. Whoop. It is a little light, so some of these things I have to remember. It's easy to push and like shake the whole thing. But hey, could be cool. I'm not worried about it. Oop. All right, so let me reset myself here, and I was kind of looking for something here. Let's see which one sounds fun. Maybe we'll go for this. All right, record. And we should be able to take that and drop that in now. And the thing to remember is the MFX is going to drop because we did a record, so I'm going to have to go turn those back on to get everything kind of playing the same way again. And given this is one thing I wish that the SP404, actually I'll show you, because I've been trying to go back through and do some of these things. If I play this, I can't hold remain and hit the, oh, maybe it's if you're in record, it doesn't work. Or am I losing my mind in it? Yeah, it wants to play. Because I was trying to do this earlier, where I was trying to just record some stuff real quick, and the workflow is you kind of have to like stop and start again. But as I said, just kind of looking for a few things figured that this would be something I didn't want going through the effects again, since we're kind of printing the effects on it, the extra effects from the SP404 Mark II on it. I'm gonna have to be careful. I'm gonna get this super loud. A little crazy. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys. I can turn it down again. Maybe I'll turn it down just a tiny bit. Anyway. And Habit likes to, if any of you guys haven't used it, it has a 3-minute record buffer, and it will start replaying stuff that you've done before unless you kind of stop it from playing. So it can start doing all kinds of things on its own. So in this case, I just stopped it. I don't think I wanted to record that. So let's start over. We'll go wait, turn this back on, and let that go out. I think I wanted it louder, but we can normalize it. So that's with it doubled up for the SP404 effects. Probably don't want that. Let's go back to pattern select. I'll copy this one over. And see if this cuts through or not. It's a little quiet. So let's get into start and end. Normalize it. It's probably gonna be too loud now. I'm just trying to mix it by ear here. Sounds all right. I'm just gonna end it and probably turn the extra effects off. I think I want like just drums. Let's go over here. I probably should have done this the other way. We'll delete it. Yep, Habit's talking again because we just left it on. Go copy, hit remain, and we will choose to not, wrong way. We'll just do the drums. Copy. And effects back on. What does this do? The string? Is that what you're talking about? I think that's what you mean. It's, I don't know that I can boost the signal much more. You can kind of play it like you pluck it like a guitar string. It's not super loud. Whoops. But it does work. And then you like this thing here is just pick it up and show you. like a metal tube that has just had different lengths of the metal cut. So like they all have a little bit of different tone to them. You mean this? There's definitely springs here too. I mean, this is jammed with so many different things, and you can hear it's just making like a ton of noise just picking it up and moving it. So there's like a spring here. There's a spring here. There's a spring back here for this one. There's another one here. And they all have like a different tone because they just all vibrate and oscillate at different speeds. So like this one here, this part of the springs might be my favorite one just because it's got such a bell sound to it. Sounds like almost like a church bell or something. The only thing that you gotta be careful because you can like get everything kind of resonating together, but you get like crazy, like backwards, forwards stuff going with habit here. And on the the black, was it black? Yeah, the black side for the Dark World reverb, and it'll just go forever. I'll turn it up so you can hear it. It just like gets into like this self oscillation where it just kind of doesn't stop. But we also have all these other effects going on, so maybe to hear it better. That one's good. I might have a grounding issue or something to kind of work through, or one of these pedals might be a little noisy because I can hear like some, like almost like a ground loop sound. I'm not sure if it's Dark World picking it up or something, but definitely if I turn it off, it goes away. But I suspect it just depends on what habit is feeding it. You know, get like a tone. Start playing with it. So definitely can get crazy. That's kind of a fun one. I can record that. Maybe I hit it a little too hard that time. Let's try again. Because it's got the effect, I don't know how well that'll play chromatically, but it might not be too bad. With all that delay, I kind of like the sound of it, but I think it's too loud. Now I have to cut it down. Just trying to see what makes sense to play through, or what else I might try and add. I feel like I need a change up or something. To think about it. Could try kicks, maybe try and pitch them down. Let's take that, we'll copy it one more time. Let's get into record. Not bad. Could crank up the velocity. Try a lower snare too. A little too low. Maybe it needs to be pitched up. Oh, that's right. It's not a snare, it's a snap. hunting for a snare over here on the MPC. That's super noisy, but see if it works. Oh, I gotta patch bay it over. Well, I didn't want all that delay. Let's fix that. We'll normalize it. Let's take it out of the effect chain and get back to here. Try it louder. No. That actually might not be too bad given the other weird noises we got here, but maybe it's see what else works over here. Gonna patch bay it back. Turn it off so habit's not going quite so crazy. And back over here. Not bad. I think that'll work. All right. Actually, let's copy that. Good evening. How you doing, sir? Actually, sorry, assumed you're no one was a sir. You're thinking about buying a SP404 Mark II? What are your thoughts? What are your requirements? What are you trying to do with it? It's too bad we can't automate sending stuff to Remain or not, and I would have to duplicate it, but it's not terrible. It's kind of a fun one to have in. You don't know what's going on, and who is that, people? But you like it. Well, that's awesome. If you want to know what's going on for anything in particular, let me know. Happy to explain things. Try to go over it at the beginning of the video, but I can repeat a few things. Effectively, I just started with a super simple baseline, and I've just been kind of building stuff up from here. The baseline is literally just this note going through two delays. It's going through Kodama and Zanzu. So if I turn that on, you get Zanzu, and then we got Kodama. And then to get all that pulsing sound, it's just a couple notes being played, nothing too fancy. And if you look at the pattern for this playing, it is really just 1, 7, 9 on both bar 1 and bar 2, and 9 is just being played with a +3 velocity, or not velocity, +3 pitched up for 3 semitones. To apply an effect to an individual sample, so like for example, we've got this bass sound that's going through 2 effects. If I don't want to go through to any effect, I hold remain down and just tap it. It's now turned to green because I'm on bus 2 at the moment, but if I tap it again, it turns it to white. And when it's white, it doesn't go through bus 1 or bus 2. Now, the other thing to know is if you hold shift down and go to pad 16, what's happening is anything I have that's this yellow or orange color is going to bus 1. And then the way I have it set up right now, anything in bus 1 is then going into bus 2. And this green is saying it's going to bus 2 and then beyond. So it's not too complicated. And if you can also set it up so instead of going serially from bus 1 to bus 2, then bus 3, bus 4, I could also hold down enter or push in enter and switch. So now instead, anything that's yellow, orange color here goes to bus 1, and then bus 3, bus 4, and then this green color goes to bus 2, and then bus 3, bus 4, skipping bus 1 still. Just depends on how you want it kind of set up to go through the different effects, but that's just how you can get through is, again, just hold remain, and then you just tap. Again, right now I can't get back to bus 1 because I'm on bus 2 right now, and I know that because this is flashing where it says bus effects. If I hit bus effects, you can see I've switched back to bus 1, and now if I do remain and pad 5, I'm set it now back to bus 1 again. Do you have to use the bus? I don't quite know what you mean by the question, but if you look at kind of the routing that is listed in the manual, it'll kind of show how it works. Can I apply an effect to a sample and use it as is? Well, you can bake in effects into samples if you want. So for example, I can resample this as that one note hit and then having it pulse. And the way you do this, you gotta wait for it to kind of fade out first. But if I hit resample, right now that pad is going through bus 1, then bus 2. If I select pad 9 and then I play this, it's going to record this into pad 9. And when I end up hitting record to finish, it disables bus 1 and bus 2. So I have to turn it back on. But you can hear no effect. Then this one has the effects baked in. I don't do this a whole lot to resample this way, but this is a way that you can kind of stack up and get a ton of effects if that's what you're looking to do. That's not what I was looking to do, so I'm just going to delete that one. But yeah, you can apply effects, resample, route things around, and do all kinds of fun stuff like that. Yeah, you have actually 5 buses. So you've got the input bus, which is for your guitar input on the front, the line input on the back, and anything that you send in through USB. You get to that, you hold Shift, EXT source, and where it says input effects, you just push in on the enter button, and there's a pretty good amount of effects that you can get just on your inputs. So I don't always use this, but if there's certain things that you want to do specifically for input effects, you can certainly set them here. You have from there, your input effects are going to tend to go to bus 1, bus 2, or remain, and you actually set them pretty much the same way by holding remain and hitting EXT source, for example. And you can see right now it is set to dry. It's not going out to anything. If I hit remain and push it again, and then hold down here, hopefully you can read this, it says bus 1. So I'm now setting it to bus 1, which is what I've been doing. But you can kind of bounce through between those effects for EXT source. Unfortunately, the only way you can really tell where EXT source is going is either by listening to what effect it's going through, or you have to hold the button down. All the rest of the buttons here, if you push the note, it'll tell you up top here as it's after it's been played, it'll say bus 1, bus 2, or dry. And then everything else is going to tend to go through bus 3 and bus 4, which I don't have turned on yet. But for example, if I wanted to have more effect, I could, well, first of all, I got to turn the effects back on. So we've got that going. And from here, I can hold down Shift, go back to pad 16, and you can see where it says favorites bypass. You have 16 different slots where you can add in different effects. And now you might not be able to hear it a ton at the moment, but right now it's going now through sending everything through Equalizer and 303 Vinyl Sim. Now it's going through Warm Saturator and Vinyl Sim, Reverb. Kind of hear that reverb tapping. Now it's going through Downer and Lo-Fi. Now it's going through another Togora and another Zanzu. Now it's going through another Zanzu, whatever. I mean, I've kind of, you can hear, you can get like really crazy stuff going. Yeah, like cassette lo-fi, another fun one. So I've just been kind of adding stuff and messing around. I usually leave it off when I am just kind of putting a song together, because for two reasons. One, with bus 3 and bus 4 always on, if you're resampling, it's going to take and bake in the bus 3 and bus 4, and then when you play the sample again, it's also going to be playing through with an additional bus 3 and bus 4, which can lead to this fun problem. So we get this kick, for example. If I turn on, well, I'll just go to the end here. So if I come in here and now move over to bus 3, let's turn on a compressor. Let's say I just want it to be louder. I mean, like, this is all maxed out. So if I go resample, let's exit out. If I resample that kick to pad 9, you're going to be like, that's fine. But if you keep resampling it, you're going to end up with like this whooshing sound as the compressors just goes crazy, because you just keep building up compression on it. So if I go do it again, I don't know if that's going to do it this time, but actually those all sound exactly the same right now. So maybe I'm not doing anything. I've absolutely had it happen before though, where you kind of keep compounding that problem, and all of a sudden you're like, why am I getting this weird whooshing sound or whatever? Or, I mean, I guess the easier one to do would be, let's leave that here. Like, instead of compressor, if you go to, there's like pretty sure there's maybe we can do reverb. If you resample the kick, I know what's going on. It's because I have remain turned off. So it wasn't even going through it. That's why. When you have remain set like this, it's not going through bus 3 and bus 4 because it's not part of the chain. So what I need to do would be to turn it back on. I'll do the compressor again because this is usually the fun one, is when it's like, oh my goodness, that is way too much. Compressor. I mean, you can already hear like it's super distorted, which is what I was expecting. We'll start that one again. So this is the first one's going through the bus 3 compressor. We're going through it again. We resample here. It's not doing as much of it. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I swear I've had this problem though. And hey, Paolo, welcome to I think you're sitting in a room, or is somebody else sitting in a room? I can't believe this is giving me such a headache. Why is it not going through? I can hear it when it's on here. Now it's like it's not going through it. I might have a routing issue or something. Anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time on this right now. We'll get back to goofing around. Oh, and now I get your joke about a bus is a big car. Sorry. It's trying to play around and talk and read at the same time. Apparently it's a acquired skill. I was just referencing the price, the piece with that name because of the whooshing sound with the resampling. Yeah. I'm sitting in a room. I am sitting in a room. Maybe we're all sitting in rooms. I feel like I want more drums. Not working for me for that. Oh no. Because bus 3 or bus 4 had some settings, I think we just wiped out what I had for settings on Togura. Let's find out. No, this was... Oh, okay. I thought it was Zanzu here. No. All right, we're going to turn that off. Yeah, I had like a quarter note or... That's not it. Something sounds wrong. I lost it. This might be a bummer. Let's go back to... Sounds like a sad bass now. All right, I gotta figure out what's going on here. Turn that off first. It was not. I have to go back to look at some old earlier part of the video to figure out what the settings were at. I'm feeling sad. It's not working right. What's going on? Do we have something weird? Let's turn. Let's get out of here. Wasn't how to. That sounds right. Because it was Kodama, Zanzu. There we go. All right. I haven't fully lost my mind. I kind of like that. What do you guys think? With or without the effect? That's kind of fun with the effect too. feel like there's enough here to probably put together a chain and make a track-ish out of it. I don't know. Anybody want to hear anything else? Go do something different. Try and move the camera. Or switch out some pedals, I guess. We've got plenty of... I still got my Thermae that I haven't... I should probably... let's put that in place of the delay for habit. It can be fun. I'm going to mute first. Not my mic, but just mute the guitar pedals so they don't make a bunch of racket as I disconnect stuff. Should be good. Thermae is being a little loud. I gotta turn the light on here, I think. All right, we'll take regen down. And get some weird stuff going here. All right. So we want to dial in for some sequences. And let's get a pattern. Whoops, not there. Pattern select. We get to bank B, record. Do you want to go faster or slower? Let's go slower. It's like 72 BPM. Let's take TREC off. I think I've got everything hooked up correctly that Thermae should stay in time here. After that is recorded EXT source coming in. Let's erase that event. Should be good. It's a rehearsal, so we can just play around. Open it up. See about glide, maybe? Nah. I'm just trying to see if anything interesting pops up for me here. Let's adjust the start point on this one. Should loop okay. Turn the volume up too. Since Thermate seems to typically make things a bit quieter. Let's go shift ext source routing ext in, so we can keep that going. We can keep loops going or have other stuff going and not necessarily cause a lot of headache. That's maybe too much. Like just a steady background tone. Can probably get some loop points on this. Or maybe let's just turn looping on to start and see how it sounds. Tiny pop. Maybe for sometimes these ambient things, simple is just easy. It can sound better. And I don't mind adding in a lot of extra space in here, because what it'll do is when we do looping, it'll kind of fade out and then just kind of come in randomly. And just let it kind of organically mix these different things in. So they should be able to loop okay. See what else we can get going here. Let's go really crazy settings. Yeah, you can. This thing definitely kind of gets you just a. The reason why I actually have enjoyed using it is it is pretty consistent. So if you play like certain things, you're gonna get certain sounds, and then you just kind of drive it through whatever various effects you're looking for. I mean, like delay and reverb, and you can never have too much delay and reverb. So, you know, having external effects or just kind of keep resampling within the SP404 Mark II, you can get a lot of crazy stuff going. Like I can, I mean, you can hear it's still got that tone in the buffer for the left side of Dark World here. We could try and get something else in there. Kind of change the tone, and you know, you can come in and do like scatter, get like some glitchy sounds, toss a lo-fi in there. Get like just crazy stuff going if you want. I mean, double's probably too much. And that's not even playing with like pattern automation and stuff. But yeah, this thing can get crazy. That's a little loud. I don't know. Some of that's not like at the tempo going really fast. You can hear it doing like really different sounds. Let's go like full reverb. Just get like just like one bigger noise out of it. And maybe that's another loop. I think I gotta go figure out dinner. But I'm gonna say, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I answered some questions for you guys or showed you something fun. If you got an SP404 Mark II, don't forget to play with it. They're fun. And just go sample all kinds of weird stuff. That's what I usually do. As you can see, it doesn't have to always make sense. Yeah, so keep making music, keep having fun. If it sounds good, it is good. And peace.